Hello everybody, welcome to another Vintage Cube video where we have an incredible pack to start. I kind of wish I could just take this whole pack and be Jeskai Control. Teferi and Dak Faden are both really powerful 3-mana planeswalkers. They have a great minus, like bouncing something, drawing, and then shutting down all their instants for Teferi, and then Dak stealing an artifact is just amazing. There's also a fetch land. It's not one of the better fetch lands. In fact, it's potentially one of the worst, but any fetch land is a great first pick. Ignoble Hierarch is solid. Burst Lightning and Balance are both like maybe first pick. Not really Burst Lightning. Balance is first pickable, but you really have to build around it. But then we will take the Mox. Mox is great. It is going to go in pretty much 100% of decks. There might be some weird mono green decks that don't play it, but very powerful card. The best Mox. Top 5 card in the format. I'm just sad that I'm passing two great cards here. And in fact, this does push me slightly towards blue-black because, like, there's a good chance whoever's to our left takes Dak, whoever's to the left of that takes Teferi, and then, like, blue-white and blue-red could be kind of cut in pack 2. Okay, let's take a Polluted Delta now. Great pickups, especially since I just said we might be blue-black. Liliana is good, but not so good that I want to take it second pick here. Library of Alexandria is also good, but it's worse in blue decks. We're not committed to blue, but you typically want to be, like, if you have, like, blue card draw already, you can just be too slow if you're spending a lot of time with library. So I prefer this with decks that have more, like, cheap one-for-ones. Like, it's especially good in black deck where you can go, like, turn 1 library, turn 2 Thoughtseize library. That's the sort of deck you want to be playing this in. But yeah, Polluted Delta is great. We will take that. And note that we're also passing Swords to Plowshares, so we're passing a great blue-eye control deck. Speaking of, there's 2 good white controlling planeswalkers. I think I'm going to take the Azoria Signet here. Upheaval is good. Raphaelis is also good, but not really for us. Duress is a solid black interactive spell, but we don't even know that we're playing black yet. So I think I'd rather just stay open, fortify the mana a little bit. Even this is good in almost any deck, even if we're not playing white. Plus, we could just play white, even if someone is taking Teferi Swords to Plowshares, we could, like, splash, like, to, like, a Fractured Identity or something, or Big Teferi. GT is powerful, but yeah, let's just take the Signet here. Okay, interesting pick now. We see a Volcanic Island and a Wrath of God. I don't think I'm taking Cryptic Command here. I think I'll just take the Volcanic Island. Yes, we passed the Dak, but it still really helps the mana. Seeing a 4th pick Volcanic Island means it's at least the 3 players to our right are not playing blue-red. I guess we could take Zagoth Triome instead. It's kind of an interesting pick here. Dak Faden is one of the best pulls to blue-red, to blue-white, or sorry, to blue-red, and we're not getting that. Zagoth Triome is kind of awkward with a Signet. I think I will take it, though. Yeah, I'll take this over Volcanic Island. It's close. I do think if, like, every single color combination has a busted 3-mana blue planeswalker. So Oko and Ashiok are the other 2 that we haven't seen. This cast Oko and Ashiok. If we hadn't had the Dak, I think I would take the Volcanic Island. But here I'll take the Triome. We'll see if that pays off. Now we get a pack full of red and white stuff. It's kind of unfortunate. We could take Waterlogged Grove. Or we could, like, take one of these red and white cards and pivot, because I do think that that's the open lane. Close pick. This makes me wish that I'd taken the Goblin Guide if we're taken. We could take Goblin Guide, but then I would have wanted to have taken the Volcanic Island. The question is this a sign of things to come, or is this just one pack that happened to be weird? Waterlogged Grove is good if we're playing Sultai. I think I'm going to take the Grove, but it's really close. Ooh, well, there's a Teferi. But we did pass. Oh, man, it's kind of close. We don't have good white fixing. There's also just a Consider, and Creeping Tar Pit, and Utopia Sprawl. Very interesting draft so far. I'm kind of leaning towards taking the Consider here. Creeping Tar Pit's great, but we need to get some spells. Like, we can't. Oh, man. But Creeping Tar Pit is really good. Maybe we do just take the Tar Pit, just commit the blue-black without even having any blue or black spells. Yeah, I think it is that good of a card. If this was just a normal blue-black dual land, I wouldn't take it, but Creeping Tar Pit is great. And now we're rewarded with a Scarab God. That's pretty much the best thing we could get here. This is our 7th pick. Every player but one in this draft has seen Scarab God and not taken it, which is a great sign for blue-black being open. Yeah, very, very solid pickup. Ooh, there's an expressive iteration. We could also take Oath of Druids. Actually, I think I'll take the Oath. Scarab God, yeah, this seems like could be a good deck for Oath. We don't have any good fixing for this, and we have good fixing for Sultai. And Oath is really, really good if you can build around it, which I think this is looking like a deck that can. If we get like if we're just like blue-black control splashing for Oath, and then like a few big things. Expressive Iteration is great, and if Dak wheels, then I'll wish we'd taken it, but I think this is a good pickup. Now we can take Windswept Teeth, really nice. That can find our Zagoth Triome. Okay, this pack is just like the green pack. I guess we take Reclamation Sage. It's actually a pretty good pickup, since we might be Sultai. It's not great with Oath of Druids, but we might not even play the Oath. So, yeah, let's take the Rec Sage. Now we can take... Hex Drinker is the best card. Maybe we just give up on Oath and take Hex Drinker. Bitter Blossom is bad with Oath, but it's kind of also not bad with Oath, because you can just not play Bitter Blossom if you have Oath. I think I'll take the Hex Drinker. This card is pretty broken. Now we'll take a Echo of Eons. Not bad. We're in Leovold colors, so we could potentially play Echo plus Leovold. Or Narset. I think I'll take the Thespian Sage. I guess, well, Destroy Evil could be an okay card if we play white. No, I'll speculate on Thespian Stage. So, very interesting draft, as is usually the case. There's many different directions we could have gone, but I think the fact that we have such good fixing for Sultai pushes me in that direction. Green looks fairly open, so we might be like a base green Sultai deck. Right? Thousand Year Storm, not a card we're playing. Honestly, not a card that I even think should be in the format. The best Storm decks don't even play it, and it's totally unplayable in pretty much any deck other than those. Okay, interesting pick here. So Uro is good. Some people that I know don't like Uro. We have 2 fetch lands. We don't have cantrips, so it would be much better if we had stuff like Consider. But it is like in our colors and a pretty strong card. We could also take Treachery, which is just a powerful card. Treasure Cruise, a funny variant of Uro, and then Flooded Strand. Flooded Strand is the most safe pick. Uro is the highest upside pick. But we're really not filling our graveyard very much. Are we worried about getting enough playables? Not really. Yeah, as good as Uro is, I think Flooded Strand is the pick still here. Like, we don't have that many things that combo with it. It's great if you have, like, Dak Fade-In or things like that that are looting through your deck. But we don't have super great ways to fill the graveyard. Yeah, let's just make our mana as good as possible. Okay, pretty easy mana leak here. That's a really strong card. Snuff Out's good interaction too, but yeah, I want more blue. We don't have much blue cards, but I would prefer this deck to be much heavier blue than green if possible. So TBD on the Oath. It's not there yet, but the sort of thing that would make us do it is, first of all, not getting more like random dorky creatures. And then second of all, getting a few more things that are like I don't really like playing Oath with like Emrakul and stuff like that. You can do it, but if you're playing like 3 hits off of Oath and 1 Oath, you're, much more likely to draw just a dead card that you can't play. It's a little different if you have ways to loot away excess cards. Ooh, interesting. Minsc Boo is very, very strong. We just passed a Ketria Triumph, which would have been good with this. I think it is still the pick, though. Garruk is good too, but we have 3 fetch lands, which makes it a lot easier to splash. We don't have red mana yet, but we can, if we prioritize it, we should be able to get there. There's also Blood Crypt and Shriekmaw, but Minsc Boo is just so good. Yeah, let's risk it. Risk it for the biscuit. This is Ori Signet's kind of awkward. Okay, Rafine's Tower is not that good. Brainstorm is fine. Godless Shrines, not that good. Yeah, let's just take the Jace. Jace is really powerful. Great card. Probably not playing this Pelucranos in the main deck. So now our plan for every game is turn 1, land, Mox Sapphire, Signet. Turn 2, Jace the Mind Sculptor. Yes, please. We're talking about the broken 3-mana Planeswalkers, and we found one of them. Charter Course would be good. Hydroid Krasis would be good. Garruk, Inquisition. Honestly, this pack is good for us all around. But very easy Ashiok. That's great. I want to go turn 2 Ashiok, turn 3 Minsk and Boo. Okay, Rogran Triumph. Does this help us? It is essentially a blue-red land. Yeah, I think that is the pick. We could also take Kodama's Reach, which is kind of interesting. This really does help the mana, though. Although I guess we already have a blue... Oh, yeah, we don't have a red fetchable land, so this would make Minsk and Boo very much more castable. Let's see, can we get it with all 3 of our fetches? Yes, we can. Okay, let's take this. Kodama's Reach is solid, but this giving us 4 red sources for free is just so much value, and we already passed Volcanic Island. Okay, there's a Taiga. Funny pack. I don't think we're taking Coma. There's 2 good blue cards in Fact or Fiction Glen, and then there's a Taiga. But Taiga's not that good. We can't find it off of either of these 2 lands. So I think it's between the 2 blue cards. And then among the blue cards, which one do we want? We don't have that much card draw yet. If we had the Uro, I would definitely take the Fact or Fiction. But given that we don't, I think Glen is going to be a bit better for us. Yeah, close pick, but I'll take the Glen. So 4-color, whitelist midrange. Arbor Elf, Fatal Push, or Ancestral Vision. All interesting 1-mana cards. I think I'm going to take the Arbor Elf here. It's really good with just these Planeswalkers that we want to be accelerating into. Ancestral Vision, I guess we did just pass Fact or Fiction. It's a little slow. Fatal Push is good because we don't have much removal. But I think Arbor Elf is good enough that it's worth taking here, and then hopefully we can pick up some removal later. And there's the Uro, so I kind of wish I'd taken the Fact or Fiction now, but I will still take this. So Toru is not that interesting. Treasure Cruise is good, but I think Uro does the same thing a bit better. Okay, Snuff Out versus Huntmaster of the Fells. Versus, I guess, Rolling Earthquake. Let's take the Snuff Out. We don't have any removal, and we got to change that. Okay, Blood Crypt is interesting. We are playing black and red. I think this helps us. Yeah, we'll take a Blood Crypt. Not bad. The more non-forests we get, the worse Arbor Elf becomes, but I still think this is worth it. Garruk is solid, but not super exciting, so we'll take this. Interesting. Boseiju or Oracle? I think I'll take the Boseiju, although it does make the... Oh, we're going to have so many playables. Oracle's good, though. We have Jace. It's close. I think I'm going to take the Oracle. Very, very close. I can imagine wanting the Boseiju, but I think the anti-synergy with Arbor Elf pushes me over the top on that. All right, some interesting late pickups. Garruk in particular is a good one. Ooh, wow. This is the Sultai pack. Breeding Pool, Baleful Strix, Leovold, Maelstrom Pulse. I think I'm going to take the Leovold. It might wheel, but it's so good. I've had this in the past where I'm playing Sultai and I have like good Sultai fixing, and so I say, no one else has good Sultai fixing, Leovold should come around, and then it never does. So we could risk it, but I think it's just too good to pass here. Yeah, let's take this card. Okay, Remand, really nice pickup. Tinker, we have 2 artifacts, not really getting there. Stomping Ground could help us. Golos is fine. Actually, Golos, we could, we don't have, or no, we do have all 5 colors, so Golos would be nice, but we got to be disciplined here. We have a lot of top end already. Let's take the Remand. Sakura Tri-Builder is also interesting, but I think Remand is better. Ooh, Ren 6. That is awesome. We have 3 fetch lands. We're playing, yeah, easy Ren 6 here. Snapcaster Mage is solid too. Infernal Grasp would be some good removal, but we'll take this. We are getting to the point, though, where I'm going to start having to prioritize removal very highly. That being said, we just got another fetch land. This can only get, oh, this can get Rogran Triome plus Blood Crypt. It cannot get green, notably. Is that versus Mizium Mortars, but I think I can't really pass the fetch land in my Ren 6 deck. Okay, there's a Raging Ravine. Layla's good, but I think Raging Ravine is still necessary. Yeah. Okay, Spell Pierce is nice. I think that's the pick. Derogatory Speaker isn't the best in this deck. I'm more interested in rampers that can do different colors. Yeah, we'll take the Spell Pierce. So, given that we're playing both black and red, we have very little removal, but we have 3 counter spells. So, we're sort of relying on that rather than removal, which is fine. If we play against hyper-aggressive decks, I think we're going to struggle a lot. We have no board sweepers, a lot of planeswalkers, which aren't really good when we're behind, but I think we'll be great against control and mid-range. Okay, Chupacabra is removal. But I think I'm still taking Watery Grave. Double black is a bit tough. Oh, it's just lamenting our lack of removal. We need like 3 more spells. We could play Plukernos. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Watery Grave. It really helps with the mana. We're playing 4 color, and it's like kind of impossible to overstate how important good fixing is in decks like this. Azorius Signet is starting to look kind of awkward, but we have enough 4s that I think it's still worth it. Echo Vions works with Leovold. I think we do play it, but it's not... This isn't the best deck for Echo. Alright, what are we hoping for? Just like, basically anything that kills a creature now. I would have taken a normal spot removal spell over Watery Grave, but a double black 4-drop is not as good. Interesting. We have all the colors, so we could play Niv Mizzet, but we don't have that many multicolored cards. It's not the best deck for this. I think I'm just going to take the Zytor's Proving Ground. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, Breeding Pool Wield. There's also Bone Shards. Maybe we're supposed to take the Bone Shards. Our fixing is great at this point. Yeah, I'm going to take the Bone Shards. Not a flashy card, but we need to be able to kill things. Alright, Stomping Ground, that's great. It plays with Arbor Elf and Brennan 6. So 2 more spells, ideally. Plukernos is fine. So we could do this with only 1 more spell. The only red cards are the 2 best red cards in the format, or like the 2, like Minskin and Ren 6 are both great. Plus, very Christmassy. This is a lot of 4s. I think that's fine, though. There might be some hands we have to mulligan because they're too clunky, but there will also, like, we have good counter magic to buy time to get to there. Alright, pretty easy Snapcaster Mage here. That's a good one. It's not the best deck for it, but it's good with the cheap counter magic, and it's good with Snuff Out Bone Shards. Regrowth is fine, but I think I'd rather have the Snap. It's also just like an Ambush Viper against aggro. Hopefully we just dodge aggro, but if we do play it, we can just run this out there to block their Goblin Guide. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Does this get red? Yep, because it can get Rogran Triumph. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 red sources without playing a single mountain. So definitely no mountains. For green, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, think time. We're not playing white, so do we want Inferno Titan or Mizium Mortars? Easy Mizium Mortars. For green, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 without playing any forests. I'll probably play 1 forest. Cut the Plukernos now that we have Mizzy Mortars. For black, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Our mana's looking really good. It's a good place to be. And for blue, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. Having 4 fetch lands plus 3 triomes basically guarantees that we can, like, yeah, that just fixes the mana so well. One thing to note is that we are playing 3 triomes and 2 man lands. So 5 tapped lands is a lot. That could hurt us in some games. Let's see. For blue, we've got silent clearing doesn't really help us. I guess it's okay. It's good. It's better than a basic swamp. In matchups where our life total is not that relevant. All right, I don't think we're going to do Croaks, although we could just for the lulz do Croxa and Uro. All right, let's see how the mana looks. So, no, let's not do Croxa. Croxa is worse than Uro in this deck. 9 green. $11 blue. 5 black. 3 red. So sort of base blue-green. If we add, yeah, we'll start with this. This gives us, for green, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 green. Not bad. I wouldn't mind one more. For red, we have 1, 2, 3. Red's good. For blue, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's solid. I don't think we need another blue source. For black, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That seems solid too. All right, so let's just add one more forest. Plays with the Arbor Elf, and we will run it like this. I think this deck is pretty sweet. Sort of a grindy 4-color pile with great mana and a lot of good threats. The greatest weakness is the relative lack of removal, but we got a bit at the end. We have Spout, Bone Shards, and Mizzy Mortars, so that's decent. And we've got a Mox, so hopefully we can accelerate into some of these broken Planeswalkers and value threats very quickly. See you in round 1. Alright, here we are for round 1. Playing against It's Bueno on the draw with passable hand. We have no green mana, but it's a couple cheap interactive spells. Do we want to have Spell Pierce on turn 1? Given that we drew a Triome, I think we do not. Yeah, let's get this into play. If they play, like, I don't know, there's things that we would want to Spell Pierce, but unfortunately, just given this hand, I don't think we can afford to hold it up. Mishra's Factory, pass. Signet. Okay, that's something I probably would have countered that if I had Spell Pierce up, but it's not that important. Now I think I will hold up Spell Pierce over playing the Signet, and then next turn we can either play like one. Yeah, we have a lot of good options for next turn depending on what they do. We're representing all 5 colors now. It's kind of nice. Opponent has no idea what to play around. Ready. All right, that's a very good thing to Spell Pierce. And now what do? Do we blow up their mana source or stick Ashiok? I think it's a bit better to get the Ashiok down. Yeah, we'll do that. So blue, black. Ashiok, like if they don't have a way to kill this card will just run away with the game very quickly. Didn't hit any creatures. We hit... Alright, they look like they're a pretty controlling deck. Grixis control. If they have like a Hero's Downfall, although they don't have double black. Yeah, this could be pretty good. This Ashiok might just win the game on its own. Okay, if this is their play, it's great news. I guess they could have a Lightning Bolt. Nice. All right. Instant plus. And then I think I'm going to hold off on the Uro and just take out the Azori Signet this turn. So we'll go... Doesn't really matter what lands I think here. Play land, which you want to make sure to leave up green. Signet. Are they going to play Spell Queller on this? Oh, Mana Drain. Okay, well, now we shock for nothing. We'll see what they can do with this Mana Drain. Bone Shards gives us some solid insulation against it, and we can discard the Uro for value. But they have a lot of mana here, so if they slam like a Myr Battlesphere or something, we could be in rough shape. Ooh, Tinker is the scariest card here. Cityscape Leveler is probably one of their main Tinker targets. Am I okay with giving them these 4 cards? I think I am. Yeah, I'm going to split like this. Cityscape Leveler is an answer to Ashiok eventually, but it's an expensive answer. I like this addition to the format. It's a cool artifact payoff. Alright, they take the Tinker, which means we split the piles well. We can kill their... Oh, they can do it this turn. Bummer. So hopefully whatever they get dies to one of these two. If they get a Blightsteel, we probably just lose. Cityscape Leveler is gone. Inkwell Leviathan. That is also quite bad. Is that just game ending? Probably. Hangerback Walker, Lodestone Golem. Okay. Minsk and Boo is kind of interesting here. Do we want to play that now? I don't think so. I think I'm going to play the Uro and hopefully find something good. Okay, I think we're just dead. We'll pass. They can kill this. Next turn we can Minsk and Boo. Yeah, we'll see if they go at the Ashiok or us. They'll probably go at Ashiok. Inkwell Leviathan is a big problem. Some decks can deal with it. This deck cannot really. Yeah, we don't have any good answers to that. Okay, they kill the Ashiok. Then we can play Minsk and Boo to make a 4-4 with haste and trample, but that doesn't win the race. Like, the way that we could potentially win this game is, first of all, they have nothing. Oh, Tangle Wire. Okay, that's probably game ending. Take a draw. Maybe we could race with Uro. But this is going to kill us really quickly. And they can even hit us for 9. I think we're just dead. We're tapping 3 lands. So theoretically, if we... Oh, but we're gonna be 1 card short in terms of cards in library. Alright, do we have any good sideboard options against this deck? Not really. Tinker is just a huge problem. If they ever draw Tinker, we'd probably die. Based on the way this game is developed, it would have been better if we had taken... if we had played Reclamation Sage on turn 3 rather than Ashiok. Tinker was not a card that was on our radar. There's a lot of stuff that I'll scoop to here. They've even got the main deck on Licensed Hearse. At least we can take solace in the fact that our mana base is sweet. Forest. Alright, I'll concede. Okay, so we can't beat Tinker. We just need to hope they don't draw it. Expansion Explosion doesn't work. Yeah, we will just run it back. We don't really have a sideboard, much of a sideboard here. I guess we can bring in Pelucranos and Oath against decks with lots of small creatures. And maybe Expansion Explosion against decks that have like Time Walk and stuff, but mostly we just need to hope they don't have Tinker. We were way ahead if they didn't have Tinker specifically. Like almost any other card in the format would have been fine there, but Inkwell Leviathan is one of the most problematic big cards for us. Sundering Titan also would have been bad. I don't love all of these removal spells in this deck, so we could potentially cut like Bone Shards for an extra land, but I think it's fine. We really don't have a single answer to it in our entire pool to Inkwell Leviathan, other than just like racing it. Maybe we can just be faster. Ugh. Okay, I think I'm going to keep this hand over going to 5, but it's not good. Let's put back Uro. Hoping to draw lands. Lotus Bloom, that's a weird one. Okay, no land. I'm going to play Signet and not hold up Mana Leak. I'm going to save Mana Leak to try and hit Tinker. And then next turn, even if we don't draw land, we can play Arbor Elf and hold up Mana Leak. Okay, that's one of the best draws. Glenn seems very good against their deck, so hopefully we can go like Mana Leak something this turn, and then next turn we have Glenn available. We can play Glenn with activation up, which seems really nice. We have lots of ways to interact and mess with them. We don't have much of a way to either pressure their life total or accumulate advantage. Alright, we'll Mana Leak this. Now this is coming off next turn, so I think we want to counter that. So let's go Glenn, pass. I know they could get us here. Like there's a chance they can sneak a Tinker through, but if this we counter the Lotus Bloom, constrain their mana, and then if they can't Tinker this turn, the next turn we have Snapcaster, Mana Leak plus Glenn available, and so that's like a lot of ways to slow them down, and we could potentially even be beating down with Raging Ravine while holding up Glenn. This is the key turn of the game, though. They might just do something, like if they just go land, Signet, Tinker, the game ends. But if they can't do something very impactful, then I like our position, even though they're up on cards. Duretti. Okay, that's not great. Actually, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Reclamation Sage. Okay, that's a pretty good draw because that means we can kill this and hit the Duretti down while holding up Glenn. But I was planning on playing swinging with Raging Ravine, which would make them chump block this. But now we just get to take this out and hit their Duretti, and then potentially kill the Duretti next turn. That was in the middle round. Like Tinker would have just won the game. Just like Signet Pass would have done very little. This is something where like it slows us down a lot. We have to dedicate a bunch of time and resources to killing this now, which will probably give them enough time to set up, but we could get there. Okay, so they have up Creeping Tar Pit animation, so we can't really send the Arbor Elf in. Ooh, Minsk and Boot. That's a great draw. Okay, so let's play that. We have Glenn up to stop a counterspell. So put a counter on Boo. Minsc and Boo with counterspell backup is just devastatingly good. Okay, so let's send these two both at... Well, okay, so if they... And how much do we care? If we send this into ready, they can animate Creeping Tar Pit and then double block with the Construct. I think I'm just going to send everything into ready, though, still, just to make sure that we kill it. But then they could potentially kill the Minsc and Boo on the backswing. Or no, they can't kill it. You know what? I'm fine. If they want to trade Creeping Tar Pit for this Boo, that's actually good. I'm going to attack like this. Yeah. The fact that it really is just a 4/4 with haste and trample at worst. A 4/4 with haste and trample that also soaks up damage or resources from the opponent. And then if they don't do something drastic next turn, we can on their turn. Then next turn we can shoot them for 4 and draw 4. And then I can't really imagine a way they win from that position. Do they have the Fact or Fiction? They do. I think I'm going to Glen this. It's close, but if they have Tinker Hero, I actually think we could potentially race either of the big pieces of top end that we've seen. Minsc and Boo can make this a 7/7 next turn. They do have the Tinker. It looks like that's annoying, but we'll see what they have. If they just put in Inkwell Leviathan, we can beat that. Cityscape Leveler we could also beat, probably. Okay, they do take the Leveler, so when this attacks, they can blow up a non-land permanent, so they can kill our Minsc and Boo if they want. But if we get to untap with the Minsc, we can shoot them for 4 and draw 4, and then in those cards, potentially find an answer. They thought it was when it comes into play, but it's when you cast, so this does not destroy a permanent now. Still could be good enough. Alright, so not going to make another dude. We could and just sack it, but no reason to do that. And I think I will just shoot their face, almost definitely. We could turn this into a 7/7, but that still doesn't swing through their thing. So let's just... Yeah, let's just do this. Alright, so we'll sacrifice Boo, shoot them for 4 and draw 4. Oh man, that is a brick. Wow. That's so bad. Are we just, like, we are borderline just dead here? Brutal. Okay, so do we want to play Waterlogged Grove and crack it? I think we do. Really hope to find some action. Yes! Oh, no! Oh, what a roller coaster. Oh, wait, it's non-black! Normally, these things that say non-black can't destroy artifacts, but this one can. That's so good. So we kill this. And then... swing for... I guess I'll leave up Spell Pierce too. Wow, so glad we cracked the Waterlogged Grove. I almost just like fetched up Tap Stomping Ground or something, but that would have been bad. So we're still not, like, it's not over. They can kill our Minsc and Boo with the Creeping Tar Pit if they want, but now we have Raging Ravine to clock them. Do we want to Snap Mana Leak? It would make them tap out of their mana, and then we could get kind of aggressive. We'd make a 4/4 with Trample. If we were to We snap mana like this. And then they pay it, get the Baleful Strix, that's it. We make a 4/4, swing with everything, including Raging Ravine. They trade Baleful Strix for Raging Ravine. They take 4 from this hamster, plus 2 from the Rex Age, 2 from the Snap, 1 from the Arbor Elf, that's 9. They go to 2. I think that is worth it. It's kind of close, but I think it's worth it. I also just want to use the Snapcaster this turn because I want to start using Raging Ravine as soon as possible, and we can't really animate Raging Ravine while holding up Snap Leak. So I assume they pay for this. If they let it resolve, if they just get countered, that's fine. But this way we're putting them to 2, and that's a good place to be. Also, Tinker's gone, which is like their scariest card. Okay, so they're paying the 3. We have draws that just win. Like any removal spell will just win here. We could also use Minskin Boo to kill the Baleful Strix, but I don't think that's worth it. Actually, maybe it is. We could draw a card and then hit them for 2, 4, 8, 9. Still hit them for 9, but I think I'd rather just I'd rather have Minskin Boo than Raging Ravine. So let's do this. Alright, green, red, animate, swing with everything. We had to fetch Shock there so we could hold up Spell Pierce and still attack with the Arbor Elf. Alright, sweet. So that worked. Hard to say if we could have, if the Cityscape Leveler, like, I mean, we were able to kill the Cityscape Leveler for no mana, so it ended up being quite bad. It was scary until the 5th card was the key one. Interesting game, though. Their deck looks good. Snuffouts, I should have focused on the fact that it can kill artifacts. We actually should have cut it before, but now that I know that it doesn't kill artifacts, or that it does kill artifacts, it hits Cityscape Leveler. It does not hit Creeping Tarpet or Baleful Strix. It's kind of weak against a lot of their deck. But specifically Cityscape Leveler, it's very strong against. I think I'm just going to run it back. Could cut Echo of Eons. Seems a little bit slow. Yeah, no, I'll cut. It's good with the Leovold, but that's pretty slow. I'm going to bring in Croaks, actually, just as an extra threat. There's the Croaks. Better than Echo of Eons here. I think I'm going to speculatively... Well, kind of bad, but I'm going to keep it. And the main reason is because the mana is so good. Having all of our colors is the most important thing for decks like this. So I think this is the right play. Then we also have Jace to bounce Cityscape Leveler if they put that into play early. Okay. Don't love drawing land there. I'm going to play Creeping Tarpit and then grab a Stomping Ground off of the Windswept Heath for to play Croaks on turn 2. We could also just play Raging Ravine. There's no rush to get Croaks into play. It's a bit more mana efficient, but maybe just setting up our mana is better. Brutal. Yeah, I'm just going to do that, actually. We need this Jace to resolve so we can brainstorm away some of these lands. It's going to be hard to win if we don't do that. Tolarian Academy Pass is a very weak line. Zalitor's Proving Ground. I think we just cycle the Proving Ground here, honestly. Playing Kroxa does very little, so let's do that. We're also representing Counter Magic, so they might play slightly differently because of that. Glenn, interesting draw. Minskin Boo. That is better than Jace. Let's play the Minskin Boo. And this could just we could just ride this hamster to victory potentially. Hit them for 4, next turn hit them for 7, next turn hit them for 10. That's lethal. All right, they find their island. So now it's on. We could play. Okay, Baleful Strix is kind of annoying. I think I'm just going to kill their Baleful Strix. I was planning on going all in on the Boo, but now that's not going to work because they can just block you with this Death Toucher. So we'll kill this, draw 4. Hopefully we can find Mox. Like Mox Signet is what we're looking for. Remand, interesting. Okay, I think we're discarding the Croxa for sure. Um, let's go. Blood Crypt, Glen holding up Island, I think. And then we can go to discard and pitch Croxa and a land. Metalworker. Okay, that we can kill with Reclamation Sage. So, make another dude. We get to hit for 6. That was a good draw. Yeah, I think it's over at this point. So take 6, and then we're threatening to kill them next turn. We can play Forest, and then Rex Sage, and hold up Remand plus Glen. Tolarian Academy is really good when it's good, but it's important to remember that some games it does this too. So we'll kill this, pass, and then they're dead on board next turn, and I really don't think there's anything they could draw. All right, they say GG's. All right, wow. So we got killed by Tinker in game 1, but then we're able to overcome the Tinker in game 2, and then just quickly Minsk and Boo them out in game 3. So far, Minsk and Boo has been phenomenal. No surprise there, but we took that card and moved into a new color with it, and that has paid off in spades thus far. We're on the draw for round 2 against Tinus 010. Okay, we can keep this hand. It's not super exciting, but we do have Leovold Echo. No removal, so if they play like turn 1 Esper Sentinel or something, it's bad. But looks like they're playing a slow deck as well. We have all of our colors here. The Azorius Signet making white mana is kind of awkward, but still. Good hand. Hopefully they just pass. Nice. Alright, Snuff-Out's not a terrible draw. Although I guess they might be playing base black. Consider, sure. Alright, so my guess is we're just up against a classic Esper control deck or Esper midrange. Creeping Tar Pit, that does nothing to dissuade me. Alright, what's the move here? Glen or Leovold? I really wish we could play Leovold and then crack for a fetch land, but unfortunately Azorius Signet prevents us from doing that. I think I will play Leovold still, though. Yeah, I want to hold up Glen the turn that we play Glen. So let's do that. Then we have green, black, and we play Leovold playing around Mana Tithe or Daze. All right, that resolves. So that's basically guaranteed 2 for 1. If they kill this, they're going to have to let us draw a card. It also shuts down any card draw of theirs. Hopefully this is a creature. Palace Jailer. Okay, so we can kill that, but that's bad because they get to become the monarch. They're going to take out our Leavold, so... Alright, well, we'll draw a card, see what we draw. Okay. So now we play Glenn, and then Glenn can hopefully let us become the monarch again. Let us become the monarch. They get to draw a card here, but then I like our odds of becoming the monarch after this. They do have Creeping Tar Pit, and we can't kill it with Snuff Out, but if they're spending a bunch of mana on that every turn, that's kind of a win for us. Okay, I'm going to pay like this, and then if we need to, we can use the Glen, but hopefully... Oh. Should have played this land first, but hopefully we are able to just get a tapped land. In which case, which land do we want to get? We're sort of incentivized to have a lot of blue because we have Glen, and we might crack this Waterlogged Grove, so I think I'm just going to get Sultai here. It means we don't have double red, but that's okay. If I could get Grixis, I would, but that's not one of our options. If this is a non-creature, we can just counter it. So I don't think they would jam a 5-mana non-creature spell into this Glen. Muldrifter is good, but not that problematic. Like, we can kill that with Snuff Out, so we can still become the monarch. If they attack, I think I will trade. Okay. And we can actually just Echo of Eons here. And that seems really good. So we can go Snuff Out, kill this, get back Leavold, and then Echo of Eons to take out their hand. They'll have Creeping Tar Pit to become the monarch if they want. But then, yeah, that seems like that should basically just end the game. So we'll go for that. I don't think there's anything weird that they could have here. I guess they could have like Force of Negation, which is slight points for snuffing out on their end step. But yeah, this seems very good for us. So let's go Snuff Out. Hit for 1. And that makes us become the monarch, which means we get our Leavold back. Even though Palace Jailer is gone, it still works this way. Then we go land. Well, they're tapped out. Echo of Eons. So this prevents them from drawing more than one card. So if this resolves, they draw 1 card, we draw 7. Okay, yeah, that's great. And we even drew the Mock, so we can hold up Glen. They can become the monarch if they want. And they could just try to race us, potentially. Like, Creeping Tar Pit is a 4-turn clock, but I think we have so much action, we should be able to overcome that pretty easily. And even they become the monarch, but they don't even get to draw an extra card because of Leavold, and then we just become the monarch back, so... Even though, if they, we get into a holding pattern of them hitting us with Creeping Tar Pit every turn, we both get to be the monarch on our end step, but we're the only one that actually gets to draw a card. It is a little sketchy that this kills us in 4 turns, though. I wish that we were at 1 higher life. I think I'm going to get Oracle of Moldiah into play so we can ramp a bit. Okay, Wall of Omens, that's not that good. Alright, so let's start by attacking with both. They'll probably block with a wall, and then we can kill that with either Renin 6 or Garruk, depending slightly on what we... So we're going to play Oracle of Moldiah either way. We could play Oracle of Moldiah plus Garruk, or if we want to get tapped lands into play, then we could play Renin 6 instead. So let's think about this. I think I'd rather get Arbor Elf down than, and so yeah, we'll play the Garruk route. So we go. Oh, we do also want to hold up a mana for Glen. So we want to play Oracle of Moldiah, plus Wrenn and 6, plus Arbor Elf, and then hold up a counterspell. So let's play Oracle. And if there's lands on top, we'll just play those. Minskin Boo, good card. Can't play this turn. So let's go Proving Ground, Island, Wrenn and 6 to ping this and kill it. And then we'll play the Arbor Elf. I don't care about going 1 point lower on life because we're on an even multiple of 3 right now. We'll play the Elf and pass with Glen up. We're the Monarch, so we get to draw this Minskin Boo at end of turn. And we have tons of mana plus Oracle. So I think we are pretty likely to be able to dig through our deck and find Uro in the next 3 turns if they're hitting us with Tarp at every turn. Alright, they do this again. They should definitely hit us. They could kill the Wrenn, but Wrenn and 6 is not relevant here. Good attack by the opponent. We also have the option of flashing back Echo Vions, which gives us more looks at finding Uro. Snuff out. Okay, that does not get the job done. So how do we want to proceed? Let's crack the Waterlogged Grove. Play Silent Clearing. Bring back Waterlogged Grove. Play Minskin Boo. Pump this up. So right now we're hitting for 4. We're killing them next turn, I think, right? We hit them for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we're definitely killing them next turn. So let's just be a little safe. Leave up the Glen. Leave up the Snuff Out. I don't think we need to play Garrick. I'll just get another tap land into play and swing. So we have Snuff Out plus Glen up. We can't hardcast Snuff Out and Glen, I guess, but yeah, assuming that. Well, actually, we can't do that if they hit us with the Creeping Tar Pit. We'll draw the Mizzy Mortars, and then I don't think there's anything that they could do here. Like maybe Kill Spell into like if they have Enemy Creeping Tar Pit, Kill Spell plus Collective Brutality to kill this, maybe. But yeah, I think we get this here. Close game. They're gonna get to put us to 2. And we have no good answers to Creeping Tar Pit in our entire deck, I think. But we're able to just get there. Alright, sweet. So, Esper Control, we comboed them with Leovold there. That's not always going to happen. Palace Jailer is a good card against us, so that's something we need to be aware of. I don't think we make any changes. Pelucranos is so bad against Palace Jailer, so I don't really want that card. Yeah, let's just submit. And now we will try to hold up Counter Magic for Palace Jailer if possible, because that card is good against us. Okay, cannot keep a no-lander, even though it has Mox. Alright, I will keep a one-lander begrudgingly, and put back Glen. Yeah, there's an argument to putting back Reclamation Sage as well, but Rec Sage is pretty good. We didn't see that many artifacts there, but they're just so likely to have something that makes it decent. Mizzy Mortars was potentially the worst draw on the deck. So if we find a black source, we can play Ashiok on turn 2, which would be disgustingly good, but hopefully we can find something. Nice. Alright, so I think I'm going to play Leovold first, actually. No, I'm going to play Ashiok. They're pretty likely to have counter magic. Which one would we rather see countered? I think Ashiok, actually. Ashiok is like the one that there's more time value. We want to get this down early. Whereas Leovold will be good later too. Hopefully this resolves, and at least if they have counterspell, hopefully it's on mana drain. Okay, that's fine. They get our Ashiok. We hit them for 1. We should be able to stick a Leovold next turn. Loran of the Third Path. Okay. Well, we got kind of punished here. Now, well, we can't play Leovold now unless we draw another blue or black land. And we can't kill this. Okay, there's a black land. So let's just play Leovold. We could kill this with Mizium Mortars, but I don't really care about that. Let's get this down and pass. I think we're behind here because they have 4 cards, but it's close. They just pass. Okay, so they're representing Restoration Angel. I think I will make them use it. We're going to play the Garruk and try to kill this. If they play Restoration Angel, we're in a pretty bad spot. Hopefully they don't have it. We don't really have a good way to play around it either. I mean, I guess we could just not play the Garruk, but I don't think we're in a position to do that. Okay, they tap. Okay, so we get to draw 2 cards from this because it targets an opponent, so that's great news. All right, then we hopefully kill this. Nice. And then we didn't draw land, so we can't play Hex Drinker, but still a solid position. We'll swing. Actually, wait. Let's not F6 just in case they play the Wandering Emperor. If they played the Wandering Emperor and we drew a forest, we would want to play Hex Drinker. Okay. So if they have nothing in a turn, we're in a great spot. They could play Fact or Fiction. Nothing. Okay, so now we're well ahead. We're basically even on mana. We have a great board, great hand. We even have some removal. We're good against Palace Jailer. Okay, they're just killing. Leovold has drawn us several cards now. It's pretty good. Okay, unfortunately, no fetch land to pair with the Wrenn and 6. Let's see what we draw. Interesting. It's kind of a dead giveaway if we just play this and don't level it up. But I think it's still worth it to hold up Remand. So we'll do this and pass. Gideon Jura. That's actually pretty unimpressive. Oh, wait, no. Leovold's gone. Okay, that's good then. We will definitely remand. Really hope to find a land. Silent Clearing. Okay. Not ideal, but at least it means we can get some Wrenn and 6 value going. Ooh, interesting. Do we want to level up Hex Drinker a couple times or play Wrenn and 6? Unfortunately, we're 1 mana short of doing everything we want to do, which would be level up Hex Drinker twice and play Wrenn and 6 and hold up Mana Leak. I guess we could have considered sacking one of our wolves to Garruk, but that's not that impressive. I think I'm going to level up the Hex Drinker here and get a little aggro. The Wrenn and 6 just isn't doing that much here. So we hit them for 5. And then next turn we can level up Hex Drinker all the way. Assuming that, like, I'm guessing they just play Gideon again, we Mana Leak it, and then we can almost kill them. Right, Mana Leak. If this gets countered, we're in medium shape. We cannot kill their... Yeah, which kind of bad if they counter this, because then they can kill their Hex Drinker. We don't have that much left. They don't have the counter, though, so we win. We are 2-0, fighting for the trophy. I'll see you there. All right, here we are ready for the finals against 1310 Hazard. We're on the play, which is where we want to be, And our hand is so bad, but kind of funny. Like, so we could just win with Hex Drinker. That could be the only spell we cast. If we don't have blue or black mana, very, very close. There, like, if we could find fetch land Ren and six, that would be better. Yeah, yeah. This hand is just too bad. Like, Hex Drinker on its own is not gonna get there in a lot of matchups. There's some matchups where it can, but I don't think we need to bank on that. This hand seems better. Let's keep and put back. It's one of the lands. The question is which one. I like the idea of having Creeping Tar Pit to pressure if we flood. Okay, I think I'm going to put back the Zytor's Proving Ground. And then we can get red green, Arbor Elf, turn 2, Uro, into tapped land. We're paying a lot of life here, so that's a bit of a risk. We're potentially dealing ourselves 5 damage in the first 2 turns with our lands. We are going to gain some of that life back, but if they're playing an aggressive deck, this could get a little sketchy. Best draw here is Ren and 6 by a lot. Okay, looks like they're not playing an aggressive deck. Mizzy Mortars was a pretty bad draw there. All right, we found the Hex Drinker again, so we'll see if that's good. If they play an art, best case scenario, they play Signet, and then we can go, okay, Krark. Well, I guess I'll Mizzy Mortars that. So Mizzy Mortars, and then I wish we could level up Hex Drinker all the way, but I do still think we cast it, even though we can't. And then next turn, we can, if we draw land, we can level this up all the way to 8, and that might just win the game if they don't kill it right now. And if they do kill it right now, then we're on Creeping Tar Pit plan. Repeal the Hex Drinker. Fair enough. Glenn. Okay, I think that is worth playing over. Whoops. Over the Hex Drinker, although it's kind of close. If they're playing, like based on what we've seen so far, it really looks like they're playing a control deck where Glenn is going to be great. Like if we'd seen a bunch of creatures, then I would probably just get the Hex Drinker down to try to race. But now we're well suited against a lot of stuff they could have. Worst case scenario would be Sower of Temptation, which call Talisman. Okay, I think I will counter this. I just want to use my mana efficiently, get our value when we can. All right, so we go Hex Drinker, level up, level up, level up. Let's shock this into play. We're swinging for 4 either way, but might as well just put this up to level 4. And now we're in a great position where we can use Glenn to protect our Hex Drinker and then potentially just kill him in 3 swings with this Hex Drinker. Kind of interesting. The risk is if we counter this then and they have a board sweeper like a Toxic Deluge, we're in kind of bad shape. If we let this resolve, we can kill the Duretti. Yeah, I think I'm going to let this resolve. I don't think this does that much. I guess if they have like a creature artifact. Okay, no, they play. If they had like some sort of weird artifact they could put into play and kill the Hex Drinker, that would be bad, but they don't have it. So Snuff Out's interesting. Do we want to cast that? I think not. So let's just level up the Hex Drinker all the way and then hit their Duretti. So hit ready, hit you. We'll leave back the Arbor Elf because we don't want to trade it with a construct. Now we get to keep the Glen. So the trade, we could have sacrificed the Glen to have hit them for 6 extra damage. But I think I'd rather keep the Glen around. And then I'm going to be very judicious. I use the Glen pretty liberally on the Wishclaw Talisman, but I'm going to be judicious now and not do it against most things. Okay, is that something that we care about? I don't think so. We can kill the Mox with the Rex Age. Interesting draw. I think we're still just going Rex Age, kill Mox, and then kill the Glen. Use Glen to kill the Dak, and hit them for 6. And we could just go Ambush Viper end of turn with the Snapcaster Mage. I don't think that makes sense, though. We're not killing them next turn either way. We would have... Oh, wait, we would kill them. Wait, 2, 3, 4... do we want to counter the Time Walk? I'm leaning towards no. Yeah, let's let them have the Time Walk. It's not doing it much. It's just basically a cantrip. Okay, that I will counter. I don't know what they're getting, but I don't want to know. But now they get to untap with the shields down, so if they have a board sweeper, could get a little hairy. We do have Creeping Tar Pit, which is a clock. And we can bring back Uro soon if they put another card in the graveyard. If they put another card in our graveyard. Metamorphose. Could be Storm. Based on everything we've seen, they actually look kind of stormy. Oh, okay, that's not going to get the job done. Ignite Memories for 2, they get to dome us for 6 damage, but are they just dead now? Okay, so they are playing Storm. They should not have shown us that they were playing Storm. I was already kind of on their trail, but we didn't know for sure. But they are playing just full-on Grixis Storm. Should be a really good matchup, partially because Storm decks suck, and partially because we have good counter magic coupled with a reasonable clock. What changes do we want to make? Mizzium Mortars is probably not necessary. All of the removal is kind of weak. Attacking their hand is good. Echo Vions is not good on its own, but it's good with Leovold. I think I will leave it in. Expansion Explosion is good against Time Walk. To keep the Bone Shards, they do have a couple Planeswalkers, so I will keep Bone Shards. I don't really like the Echo Vions. Yeah, let's cut this for, I think, just another land, honestly. We don't really need another land, but I also don't want to have to mulligan an otherwise good hand. Thespian Sage doesn't do much. Maybe we just play Pelucranos as a creature to beat down. It's a kind of quick clock. Yeah, I think I'll run it like this. Alright, up a game in the finals. I took a couple days off and I trophied my last league, so it'd feel good to get back-to-back trophies in my triumphant return. Sounds good. Pelucranos is good pressure here, so I'm feeling pretty good about that exchange. They play Library of Alexandria. That's decent, but it's very slow. Okay, given that we drew that, let's grab a... What land do we want to get here? I think I'm just going to get... Well, so this can get Blood Crypt. So let's get green-red with this. And then play Arbor Elf, and then next turn we can play tapped land plus Azorius Signet, and then turn 3 Jace. That's quite bad. That's also bad. All right, we're just going to shock this into play and play this the Signet. That's a really, really strong turn for the opponent. The fact that they're able to use Library and kill our thing for 1 mana. Now they could potentially DAC and seal our Signet, and then we'll be in really bad shape. I don't think we have an untapped land that we can get with the... Don't be DAC, please. Brutal. Okay, I don't know exactly what we're getting with this. Oh, it only has tapped lands. That sucks. All right, yeah, this game is pretty over. I mean, they had the perfect draw, and our draw is honestly decent, but theirs lined up very well against ours. They get to DAC now. Then we can Rex Age, kill the Signet, play tapped land. But we need a lot here. Basically, we need to find Leovold plus... Well, Echo Vion's gone, so I actually don't know if we can win. We basically, we can't win. We just need to hope that they can lose. Like, their deck might just lose to themselves. If their entire win condition is that bad 5 mana card, maybe we could get there. Did they not play land? Weird. Okay, Rex Age. Oh, they didn't play land because they wanted to get back on Library, sure. Okay, do we want to play Jace or Pelucranos? We could just go full on beatdown, just try and add a clock to the board. But if we don't draw land, I think it is going to be worth it to play the Jace. It's kind of close. If we had no good interaction to be drawing towards, then I would just want the clock. But given that we have at least 3 counterspells plus Leovold, I think Jace is worth it to try and dig towards that sort of thing. We have gone through 2 fetch lands already, so we don't have that many more ways to shuffle away, but we might be able to find Wrenn and 6. And Jace plus Wrenn and 6 would let us really churn through our deck to find our interaction. Okay, Thassa's Oracle is another one of their win conditions, but it's gone now. Weird cards to discard. They seem reasonable here. Oh, Time Walk. Okay. I mean, yeah, we're very behind here. There's no denying that. I think if we were on the play this game, we would have destroyed our opponent. They keep on discarding good cards. Their hand must be stacked. I mean, maybe they're just going for the storm stuff. Like, do they go for Cabal Ritual here and start going off? Snap Time Walk, okay. If they can't win this game, there's no game that they can win because like they just have it all here. They've drawn through so much of their deck. They've taken 2 extra turns. We haven't interacted with them in a meaningful way. They've just interacted with us. So they should be able to win this one pretty easily. They could have like a Yawgmoth's Will or an Underworld Breach. That sort of thing would be unfortunate. Do we want to make any changes for game 3? Probably not. Could go really deep and play Thespian Stage to copy their library, but I don't think that's correct. Okay, so they're going for it. We'll see what they do here. Oh, they just cast Sundering Titan. Yeah, that gets the job done. They can blow up all of our lands. I'll skip to this. Okay, so that's something they're tinkering for. That's terrifying. We just straight up cannot beat a Sundering Titan in our 5-color deck. Let's cut Pelucranos for land on the play. I'm going to play another island. Our mana base was awkward there. That was a significant problem for us. Alright, on the play. This hand is a keep. I think we're just going to try and get a little aggressive. Get this down, level it up. We can make it a a level 3 starting on turn 2. And then we can play Minsk and Boo on turn 3. This is the kind of draw we need. This is like a really good hand for pressuring them. No, they have the kill spell, repeal. Okay, fair enough. Well, that pretty much negates our entire Hex Drinker plan. At least we got to take out their Lotus Petal. Now we're just going to switch gears and go for Minsk and Boo. Repeal is good against Minsk and Boo too, though, so I'm happy to get that out of their hand. And now it's kind of interesting if we want to, like, normally when you play Minsk and Boo, you just want to draw cards the next turn. Like, drawing 4 and dealing 4 damage or something is really strong. But here we could just threaten to kill them in 2 turns. It's bad if they have Snap or Peel. So it kind of depends. If we find a counter spell, then I'll definitely just go aggro. No counter spell. I think I'm still going aggro. Let's go. Rex Age to kill their Signet. Hex Drinker. Tapped land. Hit you for 7. And then even if they sweep our board this turn, we have Raging Ravine to start pressuring them, and Minsk and Boo can make another 4/4. So they kind of need to kill us this turn. It's possible they could get another turn. They also could just have Time Walk. There's an argument, if we could have held up this rather than playing Hex Drinker, I would have done that, because then we could copy their Time Walk, but we didn't have the mana for that, so not really a consideration here. Manamorphose, no Time Walk, please. Please, no Time Walk. Alright, got the trophy. Nice. Alright, let's pull up that deck list. Back-to-back trophies feels good. We were playing some 4-color pile, and it was a really sweet one. Once again, we just had a phenomenal mana base. 3 fetchable lands plus 4 fetch lands basically means that you can play whatever spells you want, and that's a great place to be. Then we had some solid interaction. The removal was a bit sketchy, but we did have a few removal spells, and then we had 3 cheap counter spells, which is really nice. That's a decent number. Then we had just a variety of good multicolored threats. Minsk and Boo was phenomenal once again. Leovold was quite good in one game. Ashiok didn't do too much, but it was fine. We did pull off the Echo of Yon's Leovold combo one game, which was really nice. Glenn was an all-star, as usual. Just a really solid deck all around. I would have preferred this Signet to be almost any other Signet, or any non-white Signet, but so be it. The deck was sweet. I had a lot of fun. We got the trophy, so can't ask for much more than that. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.